Ashes of Creation is dead. Like, I'm not even kidding. Literally not even kidding. This is the last night of Ashes of Creation. So we're live with it tonight. We will never be able to be live with this game ever again. It's actually ridiculous. Yeah. Yeah, no, I've been covering this game for literally 2 fucking years, man. Sorry I couldn't bring you happier news. Nah, I'm glad you told me, dude. I'm glad you told me. I would rather know than not know. I mean, hey, at least you told me early enough that I could play the game for another night. This is the last night, yeah. This is literally the last night of Ashes of Creation. Maybe it's like, you know, maybe we'll have like another night. So like maybe it'll be like February 2nd instead of February 1st, but it's pretty much last night. Yeah, the game is dead. game is unironically dead. Yeah, no, I'm not kidding. I'm not memeing. Like there's no joke here, guys. There's no like, oh haha, psych. No, it's actually dead. We're gonna bring it up here. Here's Margaret's statement. My goat Margaret. Dude, so many devs worked so hard on this game. It's actually crazy to see this happen. So many devs worked so hard. Yeah, send it to me, Parker, for sure. Let's see. Is there anything else to see?
Play Despacito.
Despacito. Oh my god, dude. Pour one out for the homies. Let's see. Where was the original statement by the CEO? Yeah, oh god. Yep, that's it. That's it. Ooh, here it is. This is from the Discord. This is the official statement. I wish there was, like, some real, like, interview, but everyone is fired. So, there is no interview here. Nothing. Like, there's really not too much to talk about except what happened and, why I think it died and so on. So we're gonna start from the beginning. I played this game 1,000 hours. 1,000 hours I played this game. Literally 1,000 hours. So, I mean, I got my money's worth, technically. I loved the game. I love the game. But yeah, so here's the entire situation. And you can hear, like, the Ashes of Creation sounds in the background because, yeah, Bobby, get the Quaaludes, we ain't gonna die sober. I'm playing the last couple of hours tonight of this game. Stephen Sharif, the CEO of Intrepid Games that makes Ashes of Creation, released a statement. This is directly from the Discord, and obviously I'm linking it here. I can make a limited statement in my personal capacity and not on behalf of the company regarding the situation. This is where it gets weird. Control of the company shifted away from me, and the board of directors, began directing actions I could not ethically agree with or carry out. As a result, I chose to resign and protest rather than lend my name or authority to decisions I could not ethically support. Following my resignation, much of the senior leadership team resigned. Following those departures, the board made the decision to issue Warren Act notices and proceed with a mass layoff. For anyone who doesn't know, the Warren Act is basically the act that requires companies to give a notice to people working at a company. It's like a 60-day notice before you get, fired, essentially. And in order to do that, they have to do it that way because then it's considered like a legal firing, as opposed to, kind of like trying to do a cut and run kind of deal. It's made for that reason for all intents and purposes. Now, the game is shutting down tomorrow, but, so how that exactly goes into the Warren Act, I'm not entirely sure. I'm pretty sure that whatever they tried to say today, I think the company is going to have to pay. I think this means the company has to pay $60 worth of severance. Sorry, 60 days worth of severance to all the people that worked at the company. Now, before anything else, I want to point out there are like at least 200 developers on the Ashes team. And all of those amazing devs that did work hard and create something out of nothing, they all lost their jobs. Like, this is the reality. Everyone lost their jobs making this game. The community manager, Margaret, is one of them, and I'll show her statement as well. I've watched her videos where she's doing the developer interviews and things like that for 2 years, man. This game had a lot of promise. Anyways, he goes on the statement, I cannot responsibly speak to further details at this time due to ongoing legal and governance matters. All I can say is that developers and staff acted in good faith and deserve better than the uncertainty they are now facing. I'm incredibly dismayed by the situation. So the servers are down tomorrow? We don't know exactly when. Honest Steve. Honest Steve, welcome, buddy. If you enjoy the vibes, drop a follow, my friend. We're covering this fully tonight. Some people say that the servers will be going down on the 2nd of February. So whether that is tomorrow as in 12 hours from now, or tomorrow as in 24 hours from now or something, I'm not entirely sure. There's no, like, countdown timer or anything like that. But sometime in the next 48 hours at the very latest, the servers will go down. Which I could... Oh, Jova? Yeah, Jova is Jover. Yeah, Jova is completely Jover, dude. It is kind of brutal, man. It is kind of brutal. The game gets screwed over, board of directors. Well, no, you know what's weird? There was not originally supposed to be a board of directors. Like, the entire point of the game was no board of directors. No shareholders to listen to. No bullshit. But yeah, I mean, obviously that didn't work out. I mean, I knew that kind of went by the wayside. Because there was an entire situation where, you know, the game needed more money. So they probably had to hire a board of directors. They probably had to invest out, get a lot of money via that to keep the game running and stuff. There was and I made a video, why I have 500 hour at the time, players worried about Ashes of Creation. That is my most recent major video on Ashes. And this was before the Steam release. And this is what I was worried about. I was worried that the Steam release was like a desperate grab for money, because it's hard to make a game, and you know, especially in MMO, you have to have a lot of money to run it. You have server costs and all that, and you know, this was a way to raise a whole bunch of funds. This was my big worry for Ashes of Creation, and it looks like sadly I was right, dude. That's brutal. I mean, I hate being right, but, you know, I didn't think the game was going to shut down, but I definitely said that this is, like, a definite, like, you know, kind of a little bit of a desperation move, to make a whole bunch of money at once. The things had to change to be sustainable. Well, I mean, the thing is, like, we don't know, any official numbers. We don't know what the cost of the servers were. We do know that the company had around 200 developers, so that's a lot of money, for sure. We do know that the game made, you know, ostensibly, tens of millions of dollars, at least not in terms of profit, but definitely in terms of revenue. That wouldn't run the game for a very long time, but I thought we were good for about a year, if not longer. And you know, as opposed to last year, because I started playing at the beginning of Alpha 2, so I've played this game for, what, a year and change? The day Alpha 2 launched, I had access. Because I spent $250 to get access. And, the game grew so much in a year. A lot of people are like, oh, yeah, the game is so content light. In some ways, yes. In quests and stuff, yes. But the game grew so much that, like, you know, if bullshit didn't happen, we had a very vibrant and interesting world full of all kinds of things. Like, sure, the meta of the game was a really stupid thing where all you were trying to do was run crates. But that was a change that could change at any time, because that didn't have to be a thing. Before the Steam release, running crates in this manner was not a thing. So, you know, it kind of became a little bit boring for that reason, which is why I didn't continue playing the game a whole bunch after the Steam release. But you know, the combat was fun, the action was fun, the internal politics was fun. Like, there was a lot of, like, great stuff in the game. And you know, I made a lot of friends playing this game as well. Like, you know, we've made a lot of friends in this community by making and you know, making content for and playing this game. One of the really good people who created content for this game, she was the social director, Margaret. She has a statement. Well, this is how I knew it was real. Like, Stephen Sharif making that statement and stuff, you know, Yeah, it's real, but like, how real is it? This is how you knew it's real. This is like the number, 5 person at Ashes probably or something like that. So she has a statement. Well, this chapter has come to a close. My time at Intrepid Studios has officially ended. To the Ashes of Creation community, you are some of the most passionate, dedicated players I've seen in the industry. I genuinely wish I could have done more for you. Not her fault. She literally just runs social stuff. Like, she does social media and stuff. It's nothing within her power. I gave everything I had and did very best with what was in my power. And I ask one last favor of you. Please be kind to the developers. We are people who have families who just lost our jobs after pouring our hearts and souls into Ashes of Creation. To my incredible game services team, you are an absolute AAA team. Talented, kind, collaboratives, and just genuinely good people. I'd take each and every one of you with me on any project any day. I care so deeply for all of you, and I know our bond is one I'll carry forever. I'll never forget our time together, and you know where to find me if you need anything, always. As for how this all ended, I don't really have the words. I hope some developers get the words, by the way. I want to know what the fuck happened. And I really do think we will find out what happened at some point. Because this is some crazy shit. One day, everything happened for Ashes of Creation dying 5 hours ago. Yeah, maybe a little bit more than 5 hours. So this was 10:54, but I think the screenshot was on like a different time zone. So let's just estimate about 6 hours ago, this game died. That is crazy to think about, man. A lot of people put up videos. I didn't even bother putting a video. I just went live for you guys. So, yeah. Imagine a game gets screwed over because the board of directors made a stupid choice that was not in line with the vision of the developer team. We don't know. Like, we don't know what happened. We don't know if this is a rug pull by Stephen Shreve. It could be. We don't know if this was a rug pull by the investors and they wanted to, for example, add pay to win. And Stephen Shreve and the rest of the, rest of the leadership team at Ashes was like, no, this is one of our pillars. We're done. We have no clue. Co-Carnage, the legend. Margaret, what? You're one of the best and most experienced devs in the business. I'm so sorry. Whoever picks you up next, they're lucky to have you. He's absolutely right. Margaret did a great job. Every single time she was on point. Every single video that she made, and all of the good stuff that Ashes was able to do, she was a big part of. It's pretty crazy, man. It's pretty crazy. And there's like two camps right now. Half the people are like in the comments being like, yeah, I fucking knew it. Why? It was a scam from the start. Bitch, shut the fuck up. Holy fuck, man. A, it's not the fucking time. B, no one thought this was a real scam because we're playing the game. If this game was a scam, we wouldn't be able to play the fucking game. It's actually insane. Now, there were major problems. Like, that's not to say there weren't problems. There were some serious problems with the game. But do I think the game was a scam? No, man. I think there was some, like, serious major issues with the game. I think there was some serious problems with the direction of development, for sure. Focusing so much, over-indexing so much on not questing. I think that was a big problem. I think that was a huge issue. Like, that was a boneheaded decision. The game launched with lower amounts of quests than was in the closed beta before the Steam launch. Lower. That's pretty crazy. That is pretty insane. Man, I wish I could pack this up and have, like, a single-player version of this. Because, like, the combat in this game was so fucking fun, man. The combat in this game was so fucking fun. It's actually crazy, dude. Oh, my God. I still remember, like, having 100 people on screen at once for, like, some of the really early days of the Steam launch. And then, like, each, like, wipe launch, people were, like, dying in, like, random early dungeons. Like, this place, I did so much PvP at the Steam launch in this place. You'd have people in this entire, like, little area zone murdering each other. Stealing each other's, like, glint and everything, getting themselves marked up in PvP tags, and being able to, like, kill each other and stuff. Dude, like, absolute insano levels of killing each other. It was so fun, man. It was so fucking fun. Oh my god. Ooh, that's right, boys. And also, the iteration of the fighter. This fighter was really, really cool, man. This fighter had some sauce. I was really hoping it would succeed so the devs could take sandboxes seriously. Well, you know, there's something to be said. Like, I like sandbox games. I play a lot of them, especially sandbox roguelikes and stuff. But in terms of MMOs, this game showed a lot of the problems with a sandbox MMO, Jacka. Like, I think sandbox MMOs inherently don't have enough content. Like, they really don't. Because, like, at some point, the meta revolved around just a handful of things. And this was the meta every single time. What did the meta of this game end up being, Jacka? The meta of this game ended up being, the worst meta that this game has ever had. You take a crate, you load it onto this weird chicken thing. The Daystrider. So the Daystrider was the meta of the game. Oh, it's right over here. And you could park a crate on it. And these crates are what you loaded up with, like, materials and things like that. And you move this crate from, like, one area to the other, and that's how you made all your gold. And in order to stop that from happening, the PvP in the game relied on having, like, a low-level rogue, like gank me, for example. Like, you know, level 10 rogue or level 11 rogue or whatever. And they would be PvP tagged. And if I killed them, you know, it was a level 10 character. No one cared what they lost on a level 10 character anyways. And, but after I killed whatever was attacking me, I got flagged. And what the point was that level 10 rogue would either be multi-boxed or be, you know, in a guild or whatever with a whole bunch of other people that would gank my ass because now I'm PvP tagged. And then they would kill me and take the crate and then run. The entirety of the PvP system boiled down to that at the very end, Jacka. It was not intended. It was completely fucking stupid, and it wasn't fixed for the entirety of the Steam launch. Inherent design flaws. Inherent design flaws. There was a lot of those. They wanted some version of Arcade instead of an actual sandbox MMO. Well, I mean, yeah, true. Arcade was a sandbox MMO, though. Like, the only difference was Arcade had, you know, more content, and it was also pay to win was the problem. Lots and lots of pay to win. Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know. I think that's part of it, but like you might not know what was or what was not like Steven Sharif's design decision here with this. Oh god, I'm gonna get off this fucking. I like to be on my horse. There it is. At least we can hear the clop. We can hear the nice sound design of the game. Servers were also running at like really. There was some very weird issue with the servers since the Steam launch, and like maybe that's because so many people were playing it, or I don't know what exactly it was, because the servers were so crappy since the Steam launch for the entirety of the Steam launch. Jacket, did you notice that? Because I definitely noticed that. The Steam launch had like the worst server performance. They had to do restarts all the fucking time. For like 3 hours, like the servers were down every other day. It was crazy, man. It was like the worst server performance that the game's ever had. It was very weird. But like maybe that was like a sign that the game was like, you know, maybe not paying their server costs fully or something. But that's what I want to hear from like some of the devs that worked on the server teams and things like that. Because they would be able to say, oh yeah, no, we saw the cracks. That's what I want to find out. Were there cracks showing on the dev side? Because I feel like there's no way this game could have died immediately without like some kind of sign for the higher up devs, you know? Jacka, like that's my thought process. I just don't see how it's possible. The reason to have the Steam launch was probably something that they were forced to, either by the devs, by like the upper level devs, or by the investors forcing the upper level devs to do it. So it was either a money grab by the devs, or whatever investors invested millions of dollars in the game that made up the board of directors, if Stephen Shreve is not lying, which he could be, which he absolutely could be, that's, they forced a Steam launch. The game wasn't ready for Steam. The game was not ready for Steam. Like, you look at the Steam charts for this game, like, this type of decision is genuinely and generally not made overnight. It does not happen that fast. I've worked in large projects and stuff. I work in business, and it just doesn't happen that fast. So what caused it? 6,000 people are playing the game right now, which is like, a respectable number considering. The game only launched at 31,000, and, it had peaks regularly of 14. So the game was slowly going down, but, like, that was kind of because there were inherent problems in the game that weren't being fixed. It was on the fun page, will refund all donations if the game's not released. That is a very... Do you have a page? Do you have a link to that page, Craigula? That's an interesting thought process. That could be the case. Welcome, Roberto, buddy. Yeah, that definitely could be the case. Steam... And then we'll go Ashes here. I want to see what people are saying on the discussion page for it. Let's see. See you all in MMO hell. Do not buy, studios closing down. The game is a scam. Steven pulled the rug. It's possible he did. It's possible he did, or what he's saying is true. And, the dicks that had to be sucked in order to get the MMO made in the first place, or at least this far in development, those backers fucked over the game. One of the two. You have a link, someone screenshot it? Yeah. Link me. You can post it either into chat or hop in our lovely Discord and PM it to me on Discord, Craigula. Either way, buddy. Either way, my friend. This is it. Wow. That's true. Craigula. I mean, I think it is very clear that something bad happened. And, if there is a class action lawsuit versus Intrepid Studios, we might be able to get our money back. I don't think that'll happen, but it is a possibility. And it is a possibility every player who has spent money on this game should pay attention to. Like, and it's not even a question. Like, at this point, the game is dead. And, at the very least, I hope we can get our money back. I'm going to go here so I can look up what people are saying on Twitter of it. Maybe there's some new information that came out. I wouldn't mind not having negative $100. Yeah, me too, buddy. Me too. Let's see. Everyone is covering it. Bellular. Ooh, Bellular hopped in. Anyone who played MMOs for the last 20 years knew Ashes was never going to release. I don't know how you can look back on the level of development that this game did have in 1 year and think that this game was not going to release. Like, there was every chance it could have. There was every chance. I love hearing about the fools who are scam buying this mess. Why? Center, why are you happy, buddy? Why are you happy? Why are you gloating? Why? People wanted to play a cool MMO. The gameplay in this game was actually pretty fucking good. What the fuck is wrong with you? Yeah, you have a small dick, you get off on other people's misery? Get the fuck out of here, you stupid ass hoe. Jesus Christ. What a fucking pathetic piece of shit. What a dumbass bitch. What a stupid ass hoe. God damn. Oh, I'm so happy. Wow, I'm so happy. Wow. Nah, this is a bad thing, dude. People believe in this game. I believe in this game. A lot of people believe in this game. What the fuck is wrong with you, you stupid bitch? I had to pull up my mod view just so I could ban you, you fucking idiot. Jesus Christ. Game was great. I mean, game had definitely some issues. Game definitely had some issues. Like, for sure. It had a lot of issues. I talked very plainly about the issues. I was at the forefront saying, don't release this game on Steam. It's not ready. Now, obviously, they did it for money. They did it for money. But, like, acting like it's some happy thing that you're gonna gloat about it is just weird energy, dude. Bellular makes nice videos. Dude, Bellular, I've been watching Bellular videos, Jacka, since the beginning of Bellular videos. When all he made was WoW content, I watched Bellular. Bellular is literally one of the goats. Like, unironically, one of the absolute goats. Yeah. My friend told me about this game years ago. Looked like a great idea. I just don't play any MMOs. Yeah, I mean, I've been covering this game for 2 years, dude. Like, if you look at my Ashes videos, I have covered every major update to the game for literally over 2 years. Craigula on YouTube. And, like, even longer on Twitch. We were looking at all of the major updates, like, you know, the storyline mechanics, the way you could, like, impact the world and stuff, was something that was such a cool idea. Now, it might have been too large of an idea. Very much, it could have been too large of an idea. And, you know, when you bite off more than you can chew, and you don't have, like, the singular mechanics that make an MMO playable from the get-go, that is a hard problem. Having no questing in the game was a big problem. Having unbalanced crafting for the entirety of the game's release, actually. They've had to redo crafting, like, 8 fucking times. There was some serious design flaws. There was some serious design flaws, for sure. But, like, the idea and the merit behind it was still there as well. So it's like a tale of, you know, like I was making my Highguard videos, and you know, I was saying very clearly that, like, you know, certain aspects of the game are actually pretty good, and then certain aspects of the game are, like, absolute dog shit. It's a very big dichotomy. It's very difficult to keep a healthy player base. Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, when you don't have aspects of a game that are needed, like proper social functions in the game, you know, the ability to add people to your friends list, to whisper them and stuff, was so rudimentary that certain parts of the dev team, I think, were a big problem in Ashes, for sure. Now, a lot of devs worked hard. Like, the game, like, when the game works, it looks beautiful, man. Like, dude, there's certain aspects of this game that are just absolutely fantastic. You go into combat, and you're like, wow, this combat is fresh. This combat is really cool. There's certain aspects of this game that are, like, absolutely awesome. Some of the devs really cooked. And then some of the devs, you're like, what the fuck were you doing? Whoever set up the crafting system in this game, what the fuck were you doing? Whoever set up the auctioneering in this game, what the fuck were you doing? Like, they talked a lot about, like, you know, the way that they were going to do the ban lists and so on and so forth. There were gold sellers, gold buyers, and bots for the entirety of the game. For the entirety of the game. Like, there was a lot of lying going on. There was definitely a lot of lying going on, or a lot of cope. It doesn't make sense to spend a decade making a game and then give up, not even 2 months after release. Well, that's why a lot of people think it was a rug pull, Craigula. Yeah, a lot of people think that this was either rug pull by the investors who invested millions of dollars to make Ashes Creation, or it was a rug pull by Stephen Shreve. One of the two. It's very clear one of those two things is the case. Like, something had to give. Something had to give. Someone took the money. But the question is, who? Why do I say deleted chats? And he's like, oh yeah, you know, I'm happy that this game is dying. Some fucking weak ass shit like that, like, you know, cackling about it. It's such weird fucking energy. I didn't want to deal with it. So I told him to suck my dick and get the fuck out. That's all. That's all. Some fucking gloating ass bitch. There's a lot of those though, man. Like, there was a lot of people that were, like, super toxic about this game. Both toxic positive, but also toxic negative. Where, you know, a lot of, like, weird shit was happening behind the scenes. And there was a lot of weird shit to call out. Like, you know, why the fuck were the exploiters in this game? Some of the staunchest fans were exploiters for various large guilds like Polar and so on. Why the fuck were they allowed to have, like, their accounts for so very long? Why? Very weird. Very weird. Yeah, expecting it to die and cheering is a different thing. Expecting it is fine. Yeah, there's a lot of people that expected it. I'm totally fine with that. But, like, you know, cheering for it. Like, oh, yeah, I'm glad this died. Nah, man. If you are any real MMO fan, you wanted this game to succeed because it would be the first successful MMO, indie MMO launch in a long time. That's the thing. Yeah, exactly. David Green. Exactly, buddy. Exactly. Now that all of the people who work on Ashes were fired, now that that has happened, we're going to find out some news about it. Someone will talk. Someone will talk. And I will cover whoever it is. I will cover whatever that news is. But it is a shame. It is a shame. Steam is good about refunds. Yeah, I didn't buy it on Steam, though. I bought it through Ashes. You know, if you bought it for $50 on Steam, I would definitely ask for a refund. I would ask for a refund right now. Like, absolutely. The game is dead. There's no reason to not to ask for a refund on Steam. I have no recourse because I bought it through Ashes Creation website, not through Steam. But you are very right. That is a very good point. If you bought Ashes of Creation on Steam through the Steam store for $50, get a refund. Because you will probably be able to get one. They are very good about, like, you know, covering rug pulls and things like that. Because they want their name, Steam wants their name to be good. They want your experience to be good. Buying things on Steam and getting refunds and things like that. Man. This game had some good moments, bro. This game had some good moments. Plan on playing after the next phase release? Yeah, that would have been a good time, David Green. Because the next phase was going to have a lot of major updates. But, I mean, we don't know anymore. Definitely we don't know anymore, buddy. Let's see what Pirate Software had to say. He's one of the biggest creators that, you know, played the game and covered the game. I can honestly say I'm not very surprised of this current phase on Steam. In January 2025, the team at Intrepid was doing a good job. There were bugs, performance issues, and moderation problems, but they communicated and handled things relatively well. Fast forward to this current phase, and everything imploded. Tons of content that we reported as broken was still unfixed. This is true. I said this in my video. This is absolutely true. You know, even if it was low-hanging fruit, the systems that were built on developed in weird directions that didn't seem to make a good sense or feel overall. Sports fishing is a great example. The fishing minigame in this game was dog shit. Absolute dog shit. The farming mechanic in this game, like literally like farming, like when you're farming stuff for food or whatever, absolute dog shit. Certain things in this game didn't make any sense, man. The hunting mechanic, where it's like, you know, a little targeting symbol for, like, an animal, and you just press the button, you hold it for, like, you know, 20 seconds. So fucking stupid. Literally so fucking stupid. And then, like, the mining and lumberjacking felt really good. It was like, you know, a lot of disparate teams, I think, had very different reactions and work that they did on the game. Some were really good, and some were really bad. Yeah, they were really good about refunding day before. Yes, that's a prime example, Craigula. But they've also had, like, you know, Mind's Eye. They did a mass refund for Mind's Eye because that game was a rug pull as well. There was a lot of games that were half broken on release and stuff that were, you know, refunded correctly by Steam. Very, very good point. On top of that, moderation was non-existent, so people were routinely spouting racial slurs, threats, hate speech, and global all day. This is very true. There's one guy who was, like, literally just anti-Semitic slurs every day in global. And he would make a new account and do it every fucking day in global. And I had to fucking ignore him. My ignore list was full of, like, 20 of his alts. Or something, it felt like. What is that, dude? What the fuck? What do you mean? Ashes is dead? Yeah. No, Ashes of Creation is dead. It is not a meme. It is not a lie. We are covering it fully. Ashes is dead. Nick's Cat, I was thinking of you, my friend. I was talking about some of the wonderful friends I made playing Ashes of Creation. You're prime amongst them. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, Ashes is completely dead. Like I said, just to catch you up, Boomlakos, we don't know if the rug was pulled by Steven Street himself, or the upper developers in Ashes of Creation, or the board of directors which invested in the game. We have no clue who pulled the rug, but someone did it. Some motherfucker did it. Or motherfuckers. We don't know. The toxicity is so bad towards the end. Oh, Nick's cat. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of weird people, dude. And you know, it's very clear the QA staff was probably the first to go. There either was not enough QA staff, or, you know, their systems weren't strong enough, or that aspect of the development is bullshit. We don't know. I'm going to submit a refund request to their support. Let me know what happens, Jacka. Let me know what happens. Yeah, that'd be very interesting, Jacka. That'd be very interesting. If I can get my $250 back, I'd be very happy. I would be very, very happy. Already did? Already did what? You got your refund? On Steam. Yeah. Steam will give you the refund. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't buy it on Steam. I bought my access to Ashes of Creation all the way back when Alpha 2 first launched. It was $50. You're getting $42 back. Well worth it, dude. Well worth it. At least you got it back. I'm really, really glad. If they approve, I think they will. I think they will. They've done it before for other rug pulls and scams and shit like that. So, yeah. In terms of MMOs, I mean, honestly, guys, World of Warcraft Classic has hit Burning Crusade again. I might just play that. I might just go back to World of Warcraft Classic. Classic Burning Crusade, man. It is Burning Crusade, like, you know, pre-launch right now. We might do that. I mean, a lot of people think it wasn't Steven Sharif doing it, but I think it's a possibility. I think we'll know. You know, by the time Margaret and, you know, other leaders at the company are able to make their, you know, proper, like when we have like the game director, when we have the game lead, when we have the gameplay director, you know, those types of people make their statements about Ashes of Creation, because they're fired and NDA shouldn't matter. As long as that happens, we'll be able to figure out the truth pretty fast. We should be able to figure out the truth pretty fast. Yeah. It is GG, though. It is GG's. You played Ashes, you can play anything? Hey, I played way worse MMOs than Ashes Creation, Xanax. Like, that's the thing, dude. The sad part is, Xanax, is that, like, you know, you take away the stupid game systems for, like, you know, some of the farming, which was dog shit. You take away, like, you know, the trading in the game, which is dog shit. And you like, focus on the combat. The combat for this game was so fucking good. Like, I think the combat in this game cooked. I played way... Dude, before this game came out on Steam, Xanax, the last MMO that I played on Steam was, guess what? Blue Protocol. Blue Protocol was unironically fucking dog shit. That game was so dog shit, it had autoplay, bro. It had autoplay. Oh, who's this? Oh, wait. Wait. I'll fight. How do I get off? Let me heal. And then let's do it. Okay. I'm down, dude. I love the PvP in this game. All right, let's do it, baby. Oh, dude, this guy is spanked up, man. Jesus. Yeah, I died to this guy, like, easily. Holy shit. I do not have the health for this. Oh my god, dude, that was well done. That was well done. Yeah, 07 Ashes of Creation, bro. Oh my god, it's so sad. It's so sad. Dude, he got me, man. What is this guy's gear? Deathcat, dude. Welcome to the stream. Welcome, Corey Crew, man. How you doing tonight? Good duel, bro. Good duel. What are you packing, man? I couldn't do shit for damage. Let's see. Is there anything I can see? It looks cool, but I can't tell what your, like, armor is. That shield looks fancy. So you must have... Yeah, honorable battle, dude. Very honorable battle, man. We've been covering the entire, like, ending of Ashes of Creation tonight. So, yeah, we've been covering the entire thing. I covered, like, all the statements on it and everything. You're in full adept? Okay. Okay, alright, gotcha. Server, the server I'm on is, Lyneth. I'm on Lyneth. I'm sad? Yeah, dude, yeah. Hey, I get it, man. Me too, dude, me too. Dude, hop in our lovely Discord, Deathcap, and also, hop in the lovely YouTube, because, I do cover this game, and I cover full variety. We play open worlds, we play RPGs, we were just talking about other MMOs to play. We play every single game, every single game type. I cover lots of indies and stuff, and, the people in this game were really, really cool. And it was one of the best parts of this game. Also, dude, tank in this game was really fun, man. Tank in this game was really, really, really fun. Like, I have to say, it was one of the best tanking experience. Hell yeah, dude. But yeah, there were, like, one of the signs I would say, Lalbree, is, like, the fact that there were so many, gold farmers in the game that weren't banned. There were so many people yelling slurs in general chat that weren't banned. Like, that was a big sign. That was a big problem sign. There was a lot of, like, bots in the game as well. Like, I remember, phishing bots were a thing, where if you went to, like, any major town, like, that had, like, water near it, like, over here, you would find phishing bots right here everywhere. How were, botters, in previous phases? They were always there. That was a big problem, Lalbree. There were always bots in this game. Always. Every time. That was a big worry point for me. And, yeah, I talk about it, actually, Lalbree, in this video. This video came out. I recorded this video as, like, a big, like, lambasting about how the game is not ready for Steam. They just never dealt with them. They never dealt with them. It was one of my big problem signs from the very get-go for this game. They needed to deal with a lot of these things. There were never proper quests in the game. And there was actually, on Steam release, Bree, I don't know how long you've been playing this game. On Steam release, there were fewer quests than there were before the Steam release. It made no sense. There was entire quest lines in Lionhold. There was, like, an entire quest where you investigate the undead. That, like, started here. This is your first phase? Yeah. I played 1,000 hours in this game since Alpha 2 launch, so, that spread out. I didn't play a lot since the Steam launch. I did play, like, a solid 150 hours on Steam. So I played a good amount on Steam, for sure. But, like, I played a lot in the previous phases as well. And, like, there was an entire quest line that starts here. You see, like, this, like, little, like, nailed crossing on the wall. Like, a nailed thing that's, like, undead are showing up. This is weird. And you had to, like, actually talk to, like, the villagers around here, and, like, it led to a conspiracy. And then you go up here to the undead area above Lionhold, and, like, there's, like, an entire quest line there. It was really fucking cool. They took it completely out for the Steam launch. There was a lot of, like, weird decisions like that. Like, why are you taking away quests? This makes no sense. All you had to do was not take the quest away, and we would have another quest that would help us get to, like, past level 10. Very odd. Some very, very weird decision-making, Bree. And it was a confluence of events for sure. Something cataclysmic is coming, but I can't say what it is in case I'm wrong, is what Kira was saying. Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. We shall see. We shall see. Gab, what part was the lie? Because I read out the, it's even Sharif, and, like, I think it is very possible that he's lying. Incredibly likely, in fact. But it is possible that he did get forced out because of the, the investors who had to invest millions of dollars in the company. Like, that is entirely possible as well. We don't know yet. The board fucking him over, the problem, he was only a person on the board of directors. Do we know that? I have never seen a corporate structure for this company, Gab. If there is an official corporate structure, then we would know. then we would know. Like, I would love to find out the corporate structure for this company. Because that would be an easy way to figure out what the truth is. But I don't know where to find a corporate structure for this company. You know? That's the thing. I might have to look it up. Like, I might have to do some digging. But yeah, the only way we would find this out is to find out the official corporate structure of the company. Who the vice president was, who was on the board, you know, who was their treasurer, you know, all that stuff. They're required to release the names publicly? Well, if they're public, then we should be able to find it. Ashes of Creation Board of Directors. Let's see. Let's see. Who is the board of directors? Oh. Oh. Wait a second. Why even lie about it? Well, executable. He's lying about it. If he's lying about it, he's lying. No one lies about it for fun. They're only lying about it because they think they can get away with it. And dude, if this is a lie, I'll cover it, man. Okay. State of California, statement of information. But the source is Reddit. So this could be wrong. There's 3 people, Steven, his husband, and now some Karen person. An actual Karen. There's no way. There's no way it's an actual unironic Karen, bro. That would be hilarious. Yeah, I mean, this is, well, yeah. This is like, you know, director of engineering. But you don't know who's on the board from this. This is their website and everything. But, like, you don't know who's actually a voting member of the board. Karen Boreyko? Who's Karen? Which one of these is Karen? No one here is named Karen. See the team? Ah, it's just the same page. Just dug it up. She was an investor. How much did she invest? If she invested a lot of money, she might be even more pissed. Financial or something? Okay. Well, we have an entity number. So let's see. Okay, State of California. I'm going to see if this is real, guys. I'm going to see if this is real right now. We're going to look up right now. But it's weird that this was filed in December. Fascinating. Okay. All right, let's see. State of California. What would it be? Corporation information. Every single state has a different, like, searching thing and everything. In Florida, which is where I work, which is where I live, it's very easy. I've never looked up a California company. Okay, search by file name or file number. We're just gonna look it up backwards and see if this is true. BA 2025. Let's see. We're gonna do this right. Let's see if this is real. I'm always thorough. Another 25. 26, 26, 1. Because these things can be faked very easily. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, didn't more Epstein files come out? Wasn't that also today? No results were found. This document is a fake. Damn. Damn. That's unfortunate, bro. All right, BA 2025. Let me just make sure. 2025. One more 25, 26, 26, 1. Yeah. Are the investors in the Epstein files? Yeah, we don't know. Names were named? Ponce, PM me everything that you found for the Epstein files, bro. Okay, let's do entity name. Okay. Let's see. Oh, fuck. There's so many! There's so many, bro! Okay. Intrepid Studios. John Moore, no agent. Terminated. I guess it might be this one. Request history. Statement of information. Oh, no, this is real. Oh, shit, dude. No, this document is real. Gab, this is the exact same document. It just wasn't coming up with their document number for whatever reason. This fucking Reddit document is actually real. Holy shit. Yep. So the executive officers, the people on the board of directors, it looks like the agents are just John Moore, who is ostensibly what he said it's his fucking husband, and Stephen Sharif. There's no Karen though. Where's this Karen lady? If you're a private investor, would you come up on that board? If you're on the board, you have to be on the board in California, apparently. It works differently by state. So I don't exactly know. That's the problem. Ryan Ogden. Huh. So it moved from Ryan Ogden to John Moore. Don't know any of these people, by the way. FTB standing, not good. Interesting. That was just 2 years ago. That's interesting. Now, you could do that because you didn't pay. Like, if you didn't pay your bill on time or whatever, that can happen. Initial filing. Let's see the initial filing. Okay. We're going into the Epstein files. Huh. Karen Boreyko. Who is this? Do we have a history of this person? Co-founder of Venma, a company that sold dietary supplements. Oh my god. Wait, what? Why dietary supplements? This doesn't make any sense. Yeah, someone's buying it as a holding. There's something stinky? Oh, no, there's a lot stinky about this. There's a lot stinky. This goes deep? Yeah. Well, you know, corporations, you can have a lot of ways to, like, shift a corporation from one shell to another. You can have a company buy the assets of the previous company, and, you know, all of the liens, you know, can go against the first company and, like, not be transferred. Though usually when a company buys the assets, you also buy the liens, which is why liens are so powerful. There's ways around it, though. It really depends on how good your lawyers are and how well you're able to skate around the moral grayness. We've had to deal with so many fucking scams in my business. I do business consulting, Lawbury. Wasn't Steven some kind of MLM before? Yeah, I mean, apparently he was. I don't know. I don't know his history. I literally don't know his work history at all. I honestly just followed, like, the game. I literally just followed the game, bro. That's sick? Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not sick because, I have to deal with so many fucking scammers, so... I do know what to look for, though, on the plus side. Okay, so this is, like, their original incorporation documents. This is May 2015. So the agent was Dan Kerr. That's just the agent that's signing for it. So they probably did it through the agent. That's like sometimes a lawyer or whatever. So that's all the official documents here. But there's really not that much information. So this was the John Moore one, and that's the active one. Let's see the terminated one. Let's see what the previous company filed. If there's any other people in here. Same John Moore guy. I'm just seeing if any other names pop up. Wei Xiang Pu. Interesting. That is a new name. Could be like someone in another country. It could be someone here. We don't really know. There are lawyers who specialize in this. And I'm not one. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not someone who specializes in this at all. We don't know if this is the same corporation, though. I mean, ostensibly it has to be. Intrepid Studios, Inc. So Paul Brennan is another name. I'm not going to get into a life story. I used to be in Steven's Guild in Arcade and knew about AOC from when it was just Twinkle in Steven's eye. I was so certain the game would launch and be solid. You know what's sad, dude? Parts of this game is solid. If this game was just unironic, always dog shit, it'd be a little easier to deal with. Like, the combat for this game and, like, the world is so nice that you're like, man, there's something here. You know? That's the worst part for me. If it was all dog shit, it would be easier for me to deal with. Like, I covered Highguard. And literally half of Highguard is dog shit. Half of it is good. Like, the combat in Highguard is pretty good. But, like, you know, a solid chunk of Highguard is absolute fucking dog shit. So it was really easy to deal with. Pantheon? Oh, God. Have you played Pantheon? I played Pantheon. That game needs some fucking work, dude. Pantheon Rise of the Fallen? If you think the questing is bad in this game, ooh. I'm just saying. I've actually played Pantheon. I played it on and off for the past year. Yeah. I think Pantheon needs some work. Like, the combat in Pantheon Rise of the Fallen is way more dog shit than Ash the Creation. I can tell you that much. It is way worse. Combat in Ashes is way better, dude. Way better. I read up on what was looking. Sounds like the current person is the illegal side of MLMs. Maybe. Highguard was done dirty by Jeff. Highguard was done dirty by the devs who released it too early. Like, they're working on it, Gap, and I have to give them credit for that. I'll be making another update video for Highguard because they're apparently, like, doing some major updates, and good for them. I appreciate that. I appreciate when a game company can at least make the updates, but releasing it in the state it was released in, Gab, was the company's choice. That makes Highguard. They chose to make it 3v3 with that wide open of a space. They chose to make, like, that fucking Fortnite minigame bullshit for, like, the first half of the game. Like, that's on them. They chose to make it, like, you know, completely not optimized in any way, shape, or form in terms of, like, the graphics and all that. Took 20 minutes for me to get in the tutorial. That was Highguard's fault. That wasn't Jeff's. Like, Jeff Keighley did, you know, talk up the game for sure, but you know what's ironic? S-Fan dropped one. I like S-Fan. I'll have to watch this video at some point. You know what's funny, Gap? You know what's really, really funny about Highguard? Highguard proves that Jeff Keighley is a real fucking gamer. Because only a real fucking gamer has some game that is absolute dog shit, and they believe in it and love in it way too much. That is such a true gamer thing. We all have one. We all have a game that we're like, dude, you gotta play this game. It's so fucking good. And you send it to your friend, and they're like, what the fuck is this bullshit? Everyone has it. Everyone has a game like this. My best friend has a game that's exactly like this, and he made me pay $40 fucking to play his dog shit game that he loves so dearly, and I have to, like, you know, fucking swallow it like it's a fucking pill, man. But that by itself proves that Jeff Keighley's the truest, bluest gamer, man. What is this $40 shitty game? I don't want him to feel bad. You piqued my interest. PM me, I'll send it to you. PM me, I'll send it to you. And it's actually not dog shit. It's just very not user friendly, and it's very weird. It's a very weird game. But like, there's some meat in it as well. It's a grand strategy game. It's a grand strategy game. My dog shit game of choice was Mortal Online 1. Yeah, we all have one, dude. We all have one. My dog shit game is Lords of Magic. This was the original, like, Total War game before Total War came out. And I still play this game. This game is so old that I have it on CD-ROM. This game is so fucking old that if I turn this game on, it resizes all of my windows. You cannot make it larger than 640 by 480. You literally cannot. That's how old this game is. Don't even have it on Steam, not that invested, so I have that $5. It's on Steam. I play it on Steam. It resizes all your windows, which is annoying as shit. I have to turn off all my windows before I turn on this game every time I play it, because if not, it resizes all of my windows. And then I have to manually resize everything. But like, my dog shit game, this is my dog shit game. Right here. This is my dog shit game. And I swear by it, dude. I still swear by it. And I know how old it is. I know how shitty it is. Can you fix that with lossless scaling? I have no idea what that even means. If there's a way to fix it, Jacka, I would love to actually play this on stream one day. I have played this game for decades. For unironic decades. It was my first strategy game of all time. My first actual strategy game. Where is it? Just on Steam, I have 32 hours in this game. Just on Steam. I last played it in January. Okay. It can add frame gen to anything and shit like that. Wait, really? Meet Your Maker? MYM? Meet Your Maker. Why does that sound familiar? I don't know what Meet Your Maker is, but it sounds familiar. There was an old Malaysian MMO, Valdor, that I grew up on called Risk Your Life. I have a lot of dogshit games, guys. When I was talking about dogshit games that people believe in, it wasn't a diss. I have like 90 of these. I have like so many of these. This was a Malaysian grind MMO fest. I played this dogshit game so much. Maybe like 1,000 hours. I had to download this, like, through fucking servers, get like a patch to make it even be able to be read in English. Oh my god, this game was so dog shit. I loved it so much. Oh my god, this brings me back. Oh my god. By the way, these are the pretty visuals of this game. These are the pretty visuals. This is not like I'm an old school gamer. Vador and Bree. If you're looking for like a guy who played like fucking dog shit original fucking what's it called before there were MMOs, there were multi-user dungeons. I played multi-user dungeons back in the day, bro. I'm old as fuck. I am ancient. Oh my god. This guy's playing rogue. I even know what the classes look like still. Holy shit. Oh my god. I loved a good mud? Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Assets are missing in the screenshot for this game, Vador. Look at this. Look how dog shit this is. I love it. I still miss this game. They're showing off their question mark models. Yeah. Look how good our question mark models are. Hold on. What is this video here? I'm curious. Maybe they'll have some gameplay for Risk Your Life. They even had a sequel. Meridian? No, I never played Meridian. Maybe I did? I don't know. It sounds familiar. I'm bad with names. Wait, it said this video was released in 2025. Row play on. Did they revive Risk Your Life? Return of Warrior. Guys, I think the revived Risk Your Life. Oh my god. Oh my god. By the way, this game was absolutely pay to win. Like, 1,000,000% pay to win. By the way. You have to play this? Maybe I have to play this, guys. Hold on, I'm gonna bookmark this. Return of Warrior. I can't believe it's back. Hey, this game is technically going to be more alive than Ashes of Creation. Which is very odd to think about. Back when this game first came out, I got a new computer, a laptop, to play this game. My original computer could not handle this game back in 2005. I got a new laptop with a card strong enough to be able to play this game. Oh my god, dude. Holy shit. Awkward controls. Generic gameplay. Grindy questing and leveling. All true, by the way. That's not even close to the beginning of the cons of this game. Holy shit, man. Oh, yeah, I'll definitely play this.